Now, any salesperson knows we will have to handle objections. Objections are things that are preventing the prospect from moving forward and purchasing. We've all heard them at this point. If we've been in sales for even just one day, we know what an objection is. They are things like, it costs too much. I need to think about it. Can you send me more information so I can review it? I have to talk to my wife. I have to discuss this with my partner. One of the biggest things that we can do right out the gate with objections is removing them before they arrive. So when we think about our top objections, things like cost, having to discuss with a partner, having to think about it, we should start to have our own objection handling up front before it even becomes an objection. So when it comes to price, we should start to really craft a way of presenting the price that removes the potential for the price objection. We could even have conversations around what they're paying now, how much money they're losing now, so that when it comes up and we pitch the price, that's already been tackled. This is one method of handling objections. One additional one that I really enjoy is something known as history, empathy, reality. So history, empathy, reality is a way to give them an understanding and help them understand that they're not alone in their objection, and others have been through it before and have said the same thing, but they have noticed that when push came to shove, it wasn't even a problem. So what do I mean by history, empathy, reality? So if somebody says, listen, I'm just concerned about the price. That's a lot of money for me to invest. We want to, of course, acknowledge them. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that information. And we want to dive into history. We want them to know that they're not alone in the objection. So we say things like, and many of my prospects and clients in the past have really expressed the same thing when I talk to them initially. Remember, we want empathy, not sympathy. We don't want pity and sorrow. We want understanding. So then we want to make sure we say something like, and believe me, I completely understand where you're coming from and where they were coming from as somebody that really manages my money tightly. And then reality. This is when you help remove the objection through social proof. But I'll tell you, even with the client I just spoke to, they've been with us for 3 years, and we have made them X% ROI on that money that they've spent with us, and they could not be any more happy. So just trust us. It removed it, it gave them validation, and it gave them empathy and understanding. Additionally, we want to make sure that we're focused on uncovering the true objection. So oftentimes when it comes to objection handling, we run into a certain problem. And that is that people will go to the top tier, top level objections all the time just to get you off the phone or off of the call. So they'll say things like, yeah, it costs too much, but it's not the real objection. So we need to make sure that we're exhausting all of our questions, all of our conversation, to make sure we're uncovering the true objection. We do this in multiple ways. One, by solving the objection. So if we get the objection of price and we try to rebuttal and handle that objection with something that's proven, and they come back with price again, we try to rebuttal it again, and they come back with price again, chances are it is price. But if we rebuttal that first time and they say, yeah, but listen, I just don't know if I have the amount of time within the team and the resources available to make it happen. You've uncovered a new objection, which may not even be the final one. So we have to do this iterative process to make sure we uncover the real objection, because we can solve objections that they give us all day, but if it's not their actual objection, we will never close the deal.